So in yesterday's web dev tip, we got a simple Express application created using the NX tool and created an NX workspace to allow us to add further applications later on down the line, but we didn't really see how to actually get the server up and running. So in this tutorial, we'll get the server running locally on your computer, and then also we'll take a quick look at some of the other tools that are installed with the NX framework. So if we go to our command line within our project to actually run the Express server, which if you remember from yesterday was in the apps folder, and we've got this Rick and Roll project in here. So the app itself is inside. There's not much in there at the moment, it's just a lot of boilerplate. You can see we've got this main.ts, which all it should really do is set up an Express server listening on the particular port that's provided, which if it's not provided will be 3333. And then when we hit this endpoint of API/MPI, we should just get this object returned to us with a welcome message. So that's what we should be expecting to see. To actually get this up and running, what we need to do is, let me just make this a little larger for us here and close that down there. So to get it running, we use the NX tool, which we installed with the global npm install yesterday. So we say NX and then we say run. And then we need to give it the project name. So the project name is Rick and Roll. And then if we want to serve it, we use a colon and then we say serve. So if we hit enter now, you'll see that will actually build the TypeScript files, because we're working in TypeScript here, into JavaScript, and we'll actually serve it on this particular URL here. So if we open that up in our browser, and just bring it up over here, you can see that that's the message that's been returned to us. We've got this object with the property of message and the message that was inside of the source code. So hopefully you can see why I chose NX, because it's a really powerful tool. It does all of that compilation of TypeScript or any other things that you've got running within your project, and then it just serves it out as JavaScript so that Node runtime engine can actually understand it and use it. So that's how you get your API up and running with NX, but what are some of the other tools that have been installed as part of our project? Well, we probably noticed these yesterday, but you've got a few different bits and pieces in here. You've got a configuration for Jest, because NX by default uses Jest as the test runner, so that's good because it's nice and fast. And we also use Prettier to format our code when we either save a file or also commit it to our repository, which we'll be looking at in next lesson. And there's also the ESLint configuration in here as well. So there are lots of preset rules that have been included as part of the NX framework to ensure that you're writing quality code and following the ESLint guidelines. So there are lots of other different plugins and features that you can activate within NX, but we're just going to be keeping it simple for this tutorial. And although it looks like there are lots of different configuration files in here, we don't need to touch any of those. We don't need to make any changes unless we want to customize our setup, and we probably won't be doing that within this project. We're just going to stick with the defaults, so you can just ignore all the scary looking files that we don't need to do anything with in here. So that's it for today's tutorial. Hopefully now you can get your Express application up and running with the NX tool. If you've got any problems, please drop a comment below. But that's it for this tutorial. Make sure you stay tuned for more web dev tips.